welcome to Chicago Reacts. My name is Lauren, and today I'm going to be looking at another I Did a Thing video. I actually don't remember if I've done it on this channel or the Americans Learns channel. Either way, I'm watching it here today. This one is how many pressure washers does it take to fly? I cannot wait to see him Ironmanning around using only the power of water. And this is, you know what? The reason I like his videos is he does all of the things that I always wanted to do as a child, and he actually does them. Amazing, perfect, and no notes. Let's begin.
How are you going? If you've ever used a pressure washer, you've probably had the same thought as me. You turn it on and you feel the power and the speed of the water running through your hands. And that makes you think, what would happen if I put this in my oven?
Okay, nope, okay. I was thinking though, it's like a fire hose sort of thing too. Like in the cartoons where someone uses the fire hose and then they're just like whipping all around all over the place. Would that happen IRL? I'm now curious about that.
And then, after that, you probably want to know how many pressure washers it would take to get you in the air.
Ah!
So today, I'm going to find out.
Okay. Let's find out. A lot more than
search
two,
online, you find a bunch of fake videos of people flying. Like this one by Zach King. Or this one by these two goofy guys just mucking around during work. With these two pressure washers conveniently faced perfectly towards the camera. Yeah. And surely, if it was this easy, every tradie in Australia would be flying to work.
Yep.
But maybe it is. So I took apart my pressure washer bidet and pointed the pressure washer down at this scale to see how much force they actually produce. And most days my weight is roughly between 88 and 90 kilos, depending on if I do a morning poo and whether that poo falls on the scale or not. And now, when I turn on the washer, I weigh 1.5 kilos less, which means that unless those goofy men weighed 3 kilos, the video is fake.
Well, well, that didn't look real anyway, the twist.
This is way less power than I was hoping for, and means I would need 80 of
Also, he's just giving his dogs away for free, huh? Just giving those dogs away on YouTube. I mean, he has 18 million views or something on this video, so he got paid for it, I guess.
These cheapo pressure washers strapped to every part of my body to cancel out my weight, which would cost me $16,000 and is not going to happen. So I need to find a stronger power washer. And I don't really understand the physics and maths behind it, but I think that if I weigh 90 kilos, I essentially need 90 kilos of upwards force every second to get my big booty off the ground.
I lay the little pillow in there.
And it is possible to do these with water, as there are companies that...
Wouldn't you need more? Like, because wouldn't it kind of cancel out? I think it would need 91, right? I'm not a scientist, obviously.
Offer water jetpack experiences that work by essentially strapping their customers to the exhaust of a jet ski, which gives some pretty impressive results.
Dang.
And jet skis have a flow rate of 4,000 liters per minute, which is heaps.
Fun. So
to put that in perspective, my mate Alexa has a flow rate of around 1.5 liters per minute.
Gross. Now we're gonna go sell
Compared to a
some
normal
lemonade
pressure
to
washer,
children.
which has 8 liters of flow per minute. So that means the jet ski has 500 times more water flow than a pressure washer.
Also, I love that freaking jetpacks exist, but only water powered. That's kind of cool. And also, you're less likely to burn off your ass.
But using a jet ski is cheating, and I want to find a pressure washer strong enough. So I attempted to modify my existing pressure washer so it gets more flow by drilling out the nozzle and removing the filter. No. But I broke it, which gave me the idea of breaking other people's pressure washers. So I borrowed a 3000 PSI, 15 litre a minute pressure washer. And even though I won't be able to get the same flow rate as a jet ski, I'm hoping I can get the same force by having a much higher PSI.
All right. Oh, wow.
And I got at the scale again after eating a big lunch and a bunch of fishing sinkers, and now weigh 95 kilos.
I was like, that looks good until he showed the lowers.
And this time it looks like I'm losing around 3 to 4 kilos, but it's hard to tell from all the water spray. And I really thought it would give me more lift, as it feels like it has more than 4 kilos of kickback. But maybe it's not transferring into lift as I'm not holding the hose tightly against my body. Then I figure I might get more thrust if I take off the nozzle, resulting in more water flow.
Okay. No, wow, nope. That sucks. That just seems like it... The nozzle, I feel like, is an important part, right? Because that's what gives the water direction and right? Because it has to. It's tighter through something, so it's got to go harder through the nozzle, right? Is that how nozzles work?
Now it looks like Alexa. The pressure washer needs the nozzle to build up pressure. Then I thought I might be able to make it stronger if I opened up the handle and lost these tiny screws in the grass.
Oh, good.
Which didn't help either. And looks like I'm only getting 5 kilos of thrust. So,
I like the little like smiley face on his dick. But oh yeah, well yeah, that does sound about right. I would absolutely have lost the small screws in the grass too.
I'm going to need more power. And I found these even stronger industrial petrol-powered pressure washers,
$7,000.
which will deliver 20 litres of water a minute at 5,000 psi, which might be able to get me in the air if I have multiple of them. But before I hired them, I decided to see if my arms were even capable of supporting enough thrust to get me off the ground. So I made this pulley system, which I can add weight.
Didn't he say he didn't want to do the 16,000 one? He's gonna pay $7,000 for this anyway. Like he's gonna have to get 2, so like $14,000. He's basically gonna do the first thing.
Weight to, and will pull up my arms in the same direction as the pressure washers. Now, if I want to get off the ground, I need to be able to support 45 kilos of upwards force in each arm. But first, tried out the system with 20 kilos.
Oops.
Now, some of you have probably noticed that I've moved house, and this wasn't my choice. And it turns out landlords don't like it when you film yourself destroying stuff and blasting holes in your ceiling. And the new garage is nice, but doesn't have the crappy DIY feel of my old place. So I made sure to replicate some of the most recognizable features, like this blade fan and some of the holes that my old place had. So let's just hope the new landlord doesn't watch this video. Also, lucky for me, my grandpa died. So I got a bunch of his tools from the 50s to add to my garage, like this drill press, a cool
Sorry
vise,
about your grandpa, but like the drill press is cool. I wish I had a drill press. I really wish I had one because I have a project I'm working on and I only have a regular drill and it's taking forever.
Big tank of gas for the welder. And most excitingly, a tool I've always wanted to use.
A rice cake.
Child labor, which should allow me to make things much quicker. Okay, so I went outside and added 40 kilos to the rope, which was really hard to support.
Ugh. Dang, that
and hurt my hand heaps. And that is even without the threat of being blasted open by water. So I can't imagine how hard it's going to be with the pressure washers. But I decided to hire the 4 big ones anyway.
He should really probably wear shoes when he's doing weight stuff in general. Dangerous behavior. Don't emulate him, kids.
And I didn't realize how hard it would be to hire this many pressure washers, as most places only have 1 big one. And then when I finally found a place that had 4, I didn't consider that I needed a cover story as to why I needed them. And then when I was on the phone, I panicked and for some reason told them I needed 4 to clean my kitchen. So Kennards, if you're watching, here's me doing the dishes. And even though they seemed confused, they still delivered 4 giant
you're paying, right? You're paying them. So they'll,
pressure washers.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, just 4 of them. Thank you.
Okay, before I put them all on me, there are a couple of things I still need to do. Obviously, I can't hold 4 pressure washers, so I need to make some kind of brace for my arms, which will help me stabilize them, but also means I'm attached to the pressure washers, so I'm going to fly wherever they take me.
Oh,
and
God.
I made the brace out of this square bar, which I cut into arm-sized pieces.
Cute. Like I said, I wanted to see him doing some Iron Man shit, and he really is. He's like having the thing, it's like dummy. It's like the robot. It's adorable. He's so cute.
Then welded on some right angle pieces for the rope to go through, and then also welded another brace on the end, which should help me hold my body weight against it in a similar way to crutches. Then I tied on the pressure washers, creating this almost illegal looking device.
It looks incredibly
And then
illegal.
comes the most important step, which is dipping the end of the brace in the sponsor of today's video, PayPal Honey.
Okay. Oh, well, we're not doing Honey. Honey is a scam.
I was buying these pressure washers on gun. So back to the pressure washer gun. So I put down honey.com/I did a thing.
Don't do the Honey thing. Because that has been
back to the
basically, from what I remember, it's allegedly at least. It's probably scammy. Don't do it. Don't do the honey thing. I have a whole video. I mean, I watched or reacted to a whole video about why we shouldn't do the honey thing.
Pressure washer gun. So I put down some
We didn't know
plywood
that at
and
this
some
time,
mats so I don't hurt myself when I fall down. And then pulled out this
I like
old
that it's
record player
inevitable.
to use as a platform. Then, because I only have one hose, I borrowed some more from my neighbor, who was
Thanks.
strangely supportive of what I was trying to do. And now I have 4 5,000
Those are
pressure
so
washers
big.
hooked up to 4 separate water supplies, with a combined pressure of 20,000 psi and
I mean, if I was his neighbor, I'd also be pretty supportive about this. I think I want to see what happens. I'm curious enough to want to see what's going on.
80 litres per minute flow rate, 80 times more than my mate. Okay, now before going straight to the 4 pressure washers, I just want to see what 2 feel like without an arm brace.
Okay, doable. Oh wow. I mean, already it does look like he's straining. It looks like that is difficult to keep them pointed directly down.
Holy sh!
Wow.
What was
Okay,
that?
so the bad thing is, it's like getting electrocuted because when it pushes up to this position, I can't let go of my grip. because
It's pulling
pushes
away.
so hard into my hand that
Oh
it's
my
gonna fly
God.
away. So I need to grip it.
That's insane.
That sucks.
That's
That's crazy.
This one is a million times stronger than this one.
And that wasn't
Good
a good
to know.
idea. But luckily, the nozzles want to fly up away from my feet. Although, if they do cut them off, I will weigh less.
That's
Also,
true.
the scales weren't displaying much more weight loss than the 3,000 psi pressure washer.
That's a bummer.
But then I realized something. These pressure washers are rated to a flow rate of 20 litres per minute, but my neighbour's garden hose only outputs 8 litres per minute. So unless these pressure washers pull out more water somehow, they aren't producing as much power as they could be. So I got this external pump, which has a flow rate of 7,200 litres per hour.
Again, I'm like thinking, what is his over under on this for sure? I mean, again, like the video again got 18 million views, but that's like what in YouTube money? $8,000? Like, I don't know, man.
Which is 120 litres per minute, and then got these old sewage hoses, which were a little too
Spending
small,
a-
so I used this heat gun to loosen them up before shoving the
Clever.
pump into the hose's urethra. Now
Sounding.
pump out heaps more water. And after connecting the new hoses, I tested out the braces with 2 pressure washers.
Yeah, I figure I should test with just 2 first. Just
Yeah, that
considering
makes
how
sense.
much one of those kicked, like,
Pretty terrifying.
it might be impossible to control.
I'm just
They
like,
also look
his
like an
arm's gonna
orc.
like,
feel like if it-
he's gonna get his like arm wrenched out of his shoulder socket or something. Like, ugh, this feels dangerous. It didn't feel dangerous at the beginning, but now it feels dangerous.
Vietnam War guy.
Which side?
To flamethrowers and children.
Oh yeah, great. The losing side. At least you're on the correct end of it. I'm gonna be turning the stuff on over here. I'll be like
Dangerous.
directly down the nozzle from it.
Okay, yeah, you can turn it on.
Oh wow. I mean, it is
Okay, these
pushing
feel
him back.
way stronger than the normal garden hoses, and were pushing me back really hard, and I couldn't really keep them in one spot. And even allowed me to do this, which doesn't look very impressive on camera, but felt very cool in my head.
Okay, so he is leaning his whole weight down then. Like, so that means this might actually work. Provided that he can actually keep them under where he's at.
So now it's time for all 4 pressure washers. But before I did that, I wanted to see what would happen to my head if the 4 pressure washers somehow did slip out of my hands and pointed directly at my face.
Okay, so in this order, we're going to turn these ones on first. Yep.
Yeah.
We're going to turn them on first.
Okay.
And then you'll turn these ones
I'm
on.
turning on all of them.
Huh?
I'm turning all of them on.
You're going to turn all of them on. And then if I want you
Okay.
to stop, I'll point at one and then go like this. So go like...
Your hands are. You're gonna be holding these. You
Okay.
can't.
Oh yeah.
I'll just turn them all off.
Yeah,
I'll
I'm
just.
glad you told me before I tried to... One.
Oh my god.
And the power of these 4 washers together was insane. The only way to describe the feeling is kind of as if a wet man was pushing back on my underarms while spitting on my face.
Oh, gross. Oh, that's violent. Oh, that's graphic and violent. Oh my god.
What the?
Don't slip. Don't slip. Don't do that.
What? Wait, I wanted to eat the watermelon afterwards. There's no
Nope.
watermelon.
It's disintegrated.
What?
Well, I didn't.
Is it any good?
I did not expect it to look like that.
Dude, it's like it's turned into a milkshake as well. It's so frothy.
It's like a slushy.
Oh my god, it disintegrated.
That's delicious.
It's actually not that bad.
Eat it off the
Good way
ground.
to eat watermelon.
That's amazing. Tastes a bit like pool water, but
Yeah, it would, I guess.
And after a snack, I had enough confidence to continue. So with
Oh
the
my God.
wheelchair on standby,
I would not.
we were good to go, and Alexa turned on all 4 pumps.
It's like yoinking
And
him all
although
around.
I look very graceful here, it may surprise you to know that I didn't really have any control of the movements my body was making,
No, it doesn't
nor
look like
could
you
I
do.
let go of the trigger. I also couldn't scream loud enough over the pressure washers to tell Alexa to turn them off.
Oh my god.
You're telling me to turn it off and you're shooting at the machine that I meant to turn off.
Right?
I couldn't really control it. It's bad
a bummer.
because you start off with like strength. You know.
Do ya?
The longer you're doing it, it's just like
Well, it's like,
I don't know, holding 15 kilos up. You get really, really tired.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
a lot.
You just start to go, and then once you go a bit floppy, your arm just keeps going.
So I
bet
decided
it
to have
does.
another go, but this time with the washers closer to my body and securely in my underarms, but
Okay.
also with the scale to see how much force I was getting.
Oh, that's significant. Not
The
enough.
scale was saying I was losing about 50 kilos, going from 110 to 60-ish, which is a lot of force.
That's a lot. It's not quite enough, but it's a lot.
Then I decided to try jumping.
You got some lift.
Now, it doesn't really look like anything is happening, but I did feel like I was getting a little bit more airtime
It does look like he's like hanging in the air for a minute, like for an extra like little bit of time.
than usual. And I'm not trying to say I was anywhere close to flying, but it did look pretty cool.
Yeah, it looked correct to me.
And in the slow-mo, you can see that I actually seem to get a bit of extra height and fall
Yeah.
slower than usual. Or that could just be the wobble from the pressure washers and the slow-mo from the camera.
I mean, like that's what it looks like. It looks like that without the slow-mo too, at least to me. So, okay.
Making it look like that. So I gave it a couple more goes, but my altitude remained pretty similar.
Yeah.
And with these pressure washers, I was getting around 12.5
Oh my
kilos
God.
each, meaning I would need 8 of these to get me off
Oh,
the
that's a
ground,
lot.
plus the weight of the pressure washers, so more like 10 of these. So unless I magically lose 50 kilos, I don't think these pressure washers are going to make anyone fly today.
Nope. That's okay. We got further than
Come
some.
with me. Come with me. Watch your head. Come on, come with me. Come on.
That's a little gremlin child.
Can we put this? Yeah. Now, just keep it like that.
The child is going into outer space.
Thanks for watching. If you like that, please subscribe and check out some of my other videos.
All right. Yep, that child's going to outer space. Oh, that was fun. Okay, so we didn't get to fly, which is unfortunate. I wanted to see him rocket Iron Manning around, but we didn't get to see that, unfortunately. A pressure washer's not enough. 4 pressure washers is not enough. We need 10. And that's for someone who is not that heavy. So, oh well, too bad, so sad. But at least we learned something. And it was fun. It was fun. And we learned that if you jump with the pressure washer, you can kind of hover for a couple milliseconds extra than usual. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. If you want to see more I Did a Thing, go ahead and let me know what to watch below, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!